Hey guys, Nicole, Virgil here. I went to go visit Representative Maurice West today from the Rockford area. He gave me a lot of his time and we had a great discussion about our hoop house legislation. I bet you guys will be as surprised as I was to find out what initially inspired Representative West to go into politics in the first place. It overlaps heavily with our hoop house project. We're also going to get into the whole state versus municipal government issue and how our bill is designed to respect local zoning ordinances, in spite of what the IML and mayors and managers would have you believe. And be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll be notified about upcoming episodes. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up in the not too distant future, including County Board Rep Liz Chaplin and State Rep Karina Villa. So stay tuned. Here we go. Thank you very much for meeting with me today, Representative West. Can you give our subscribers a little background about yourself? What's your district? Where are you from? Like
Awesome.
that?
Well, I'm from Rockford, and my district is primarily about 53% of Rockford. And I'm proud to be the representative for the underserved district side of Rockford. And uplifting everyone in my district, in my community, is a passion of mine, and it's been a passion of mine since I've been a kid. I grew up here in Rockford. I'm a member of a product of the public schools here. I came from Rockford University, where I was the director of career development, helping students find jobs and get prepared for jobs. That's what I did for about 10 years. But the thing that really sparked my interest in politics, the very first thing was the food desert here in Rockford.
Oh, really? Was that?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. You see this river right here. Maybe you could take a shot of it later.
Yeah.
This river, it serves as a railroad tracks for Rockford. It's right smack dab in the middle of our city, pretty much. And our battle is always that side of town versus this side of town.
Oh, really?
The privileged side of town, the underserved side of town.
Underprivileged. So your district is more the underprivileged side.
Yeah, I got this whole side of town. And I
Did they
love
split it like that?
So we lost a lot of grocery stores as of late, about for the past 5 years.
Really?
Primarily on this side of the river.
Okay.
And a lot of our residents, I find them having to go into the gas station, to the convenience stores.
That's not food in there though.
Nah.
That's what in my house we say food versus food product.
Right.
Right?
We're making progress. We have a Save-A-Lot, but it's a Save-A-Lot.
Right.
We have an Aldi, but those main those
Anchors.
big, yeah, they're gone. And that's what sparked my interest in politics, finding a way to change that.
Connection there.
Because I think I got on this bill before you and I even talked, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
I saw this bill, and it's been a passion of mine, especially here.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I've been talking to a lot of people how we can change that, and I learned that in order to change that, we need to change the structure of our economy. We have a large skills gap, but that's the whole. We have to flank this. It's not a head-on collision, a head-on battle with this. I have to maneuver this very delicately.
It's a dance.
It's a dance.
The work that this guy is doing down in Peoria has been very inspirational and productive. He bought these lots from the county that were vacant lots and started growing food on them. His dad was a gardener, and there's a large Hispanic community. They started growing a lot of the foods that they enjoy, cilantro, tomatillo, poblano peppers, like that. And from that, a mercato has organically come up, around which there's the food, and then his dad used the food to sell tacos, and then people are coming to buy the extra. You see, like, there's some organic, it is. They're getting hyper fresh food, high quality, and there's a spirit coming back to the community of vitality and engagement and what are you selling, or what are you and just because of where we are located relative to the equator, you need hoop houses to get through the winter with those crops. I would like There's a lot of folks who make the argument that we shouldn't be pursuing a state bill because this is a local issue. Can you talk a little bit about why you're willing to take this bill on and support it at the state level?
I totally understand the argument, and I totally, depending on what the issue is, I totally can agree with that argument too. But there's some times when we need uniformity throughout the whole state, and the reason why I like to take on this bill in a delicate way, because of that mere fact that states should not be interfering with local ordinances.
Right.
I understand that, so we have to be very delicate with this. They have to be ensured that we're not trying to step on local municipalities.
Right.
Get in their lane. So
right.
It's a dance.
So in terms of your support of the bill, you would support having language in the bill which very clearly protects local municipal government's zoning regulatory power,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Right, so that's what we're aiming for. Yeah, people have the right to grow food. People, not just people in Elmhurst, not just me.
We do. It goes beyond just the fresh food that you have. It goes into what you talked about. You're building morale again. You're teaching our kids something that brings forth transferable skills, organic transferable skills that they can use. This is in no way competing with farmers, nor are we trying to take away from farmers, because not everyone's going to do it. But those of us who want to do it, have a desire to do it, should be able, and especially within the confines of the ordinance, within the confines of their property, they should be able to do it.
Right. That you're taking, but does local food play a role? You mentioned angelic organics, like I don't know what different multiple pronged approaches that you're thinking about. So I'm asking about the local food component. Is that part of what you guys are talking about?
My conversations did not involve the local food components. You heard of Myers, right?
Oh yeah.
About a mile away, maybe a mile and a half, another Myers.
Oh.
Way on that side of town, which is about a 15-minute drive from here. Okay, 12 if you drive fast.
Okay.
But way over there, a lot of my constituents over here don't have that kind of transportation.
Right.
To get to these big grocery stores that has what they're looking for. And so I was like, what do we need to do to get a Myers on this side? And that's when they were telling me the numbers that they were crunching. But the local component, that could be a game changer.
I found out that Illinois, with the most fertile soil in the country, imports 95% of its food. We can't feed ourselves. Imports. California, Mexico, 95% of our food. If it's coming from that far away, how fresh do you think it is?
Right.
Does anybody even know what food tastes like?
And why is it coming that far when we have the most fertile grounds?
So, like, if we could do it for ourselves and build up our morale at the same, I was doing food for my family, but now I'm out here advocating for this. Turns out I like people. Like, I like talking to people. My kids had a garden stand on Saturday mornings. I did that because my daughter was in second grade and she refused to learn her subtraction facts because she said she knew addition. She didn't need to know subtraction. And I was like, okay, try to make change. Right? Like, attitude. But what happened when they did that garden stand was neighbors came. I had lived there 15 years. I had not met so many neighbors. I met more neighbors in one summer of my kids doing a Saturday morning garden stand than I had in 15 years prior. Something happens like that around people growing, kids selling heads of lettuce. You know what I mean? You can't, I'm not saying that's the whole solution. I'm saying it helps to kickstart
organic growth of what happens with this.
And people and neighbors and support and
our cities and our states want this.
I know when people are struggling that buying a packet of seeds is a lot cheaper than buying organic produce at Whole Foods. I know that. Well, thank you for spending this time with me today, Representative West. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to working with you this coming legislative session.
Yeah,
cool.
It's going to be fun.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay.